What up, friends? How are you doing? How are you, friends? Good morning. Good morning. I hope all is well on your end. One moment. Hello, friends. Are you there? Okay. So I sometimes I forget, you know. Okay, let me explain something about myself. Hopefully, you can hear me. My fan's on, and I am not gonna turn it off. Okay. I'm enjoying my cup of coffee. Actually, I just finished my coffee. Who drank my coffee? Okay, so sometimes I forget how powerful I am, you know? Um, Cause I have my days too where I'm not feeling 1,000%. And no matter how I feel, since so many people come to me for like advice and stuff like that, or just if somebody needs a little pep talk to get their gay. Oh, I you know what I was gonna say? I totally forgot in my intro. I said, you know what? I'm gonna start begging for likes. And the reason I said gay, I think that was my little sign to remember because this is what I was gonna say in my intro. Okay, I watched Manny MUA, like when he says when Manny in his intros, that's Manuel G is his last name, um, but it's Manny MUA. He's a makeup artist whom I love. He's besties with Laura Lee, who I have lots of makeup from her. I love her makeup. It's really good, good price, good quality. Anyways, they're besties and they have a podcast called Fool Coverage, like FOOL Coverage. And they both have makeup brands. Well, his makeup brand is Lunar Beauty, and I just love both of them so much. It's Laura Lee, Los Angeles, Manny MUA, which is Manuel Gutierrez, and he fucking goes in his intro. He's like, if he always says something to get you to like his video. He'll say, if you like makeup videos, if you like reveal videos, which I'm just going by his last one, if you like the gays, go ahead and like my video. So I was gonna start something like that today to beg for likes. Okay, so I was gonna say, if you like my videos, if you like the gays, please like my video. If you don't like me, if you don't like the gay, then please don't watch me or something like that. I don't know. So it's funny that that just came out. So, anyways, so I always forget like um how powerful like I can be, even when I'm not feeling 1,000%. People will come to me when they, need a little pep talk, like if their day's not going so well, or if they're feeling like low. Like for example, my bestie, okay, my bestie, we live in different cities, and I really don't get to see him because he doesn't even live here, and he is super busy, and so am I. So it's very we don't get to talk to each other as much as we usually can, but like we used to, but we still talk to each other. And for example, yesterday my bestie was having a really bad day. Okay, I was very busy because I got deadlines and emails I got to reply to, or I get yelled at. Okay, so I was kind of like in the middle of something, and I'm like, okay, okay, don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. But I never want to be like, now, what do you want? I can't talk. I'm just not that type of person. So he's like, telling me how and you can hear it in his voice. So I knew he needed to talk. Okay. His voice sounded very down and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, let me just listen to what he has to say. And we talked for about half an hour. Okay. Half an hour. And he was like, oh, okay, well, then he was like driving out of town. So he was starting to be chopped and screwed, and so was I, because I don't have very good reception by where I work, and so then, but we did get to talk, and I got to talk to him, so nothing got cut out or anything like that. So hours later, hours passed by, and he calls me back, and he's like, "Hey," and his voice was up. Like he didn't sound down. He sounded like a whole different person. He's like, "Hey, I just want to say thank you so much for talking to me. I feel so much better and thank you. I appreciate you and um, thank you for talking to me, and I was feeling really down, and you really really helped me, and I just want to say thank you for that, for listening to me and talking with me." And I was like, "You're welcome." And see, if I would have just brushed him off and been like, "You know what, I'm busy. I ain't got time for your drama right now," I would have. But I took the time out, and that's what it's always about for me. I will put my effort in on anybody, if anybody needs help, because it helps people for me to like, if and it made me feel good. My reward was him calling back saying thank you. It really helped me that you're talking to me, thank you. That's my reward. You know what I mean? So when he was telling me, I I could tell in his voice that he was feeling so down, and I couldn't be like, "No, I don't have time to talk. I'm very busy right now." Like I couldn't do that. I'm not that type of person. I will go out of my way to help you if you need my help, if you need somebody to talk to or whatever. Okay? So that for me, it's just it. And I was like, because I never know. When you talk to people or whatever, you never know. Sometimes they call back, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll call back and say thank you, and sometimes they don't. So you don't know if what you said helped or not. But I was glad to know that it did help. And and I'm glad for him, because you could tell, like, in his voice, like he was just so down, and he was just so like and then when he called back, he was like a whole nother person, and his whole day turned around. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so that's what I wanted to say about that part of it. Okay, I just forget like how powerful words can be, and that's for anybody. And it's a choice. It's a choice for some people, but for me, like, I automatically, that's just my natural instinct as a person. Like, I will go out of my way no matter what, even though I didn't really have time. I will go out of my way. If I can make you feel better with a few words, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And it turned his whole day around, and he had a whole day of meetings ahead of him, and I was able to aid in that, which is better for everybody, in the end. So, yeah. So, anyways, and it humbles me, it humbles me knowing that just me, like little old me, can, well, not little, I'm plus size, can, can change somebody's day just by speaking. Like sometimes when I feel so tired, I don't feel like doing my video. Like these videos, I know I've been kind of slacking on my videos, but no worries, I'm coming back. It helps people because you guys tell me. You tell me, you email me, y'all slide into my DMs on Instagram and tell me about it, and that right there is my reward, and it makes me feel good. Okay. So anyways, I was thinking about another thing. This is off topic about what I'm talking about, but Gerard, how I was talking about Liv, and how, she's kind of like a victim and kind of like gives up and blah blah blah. Well, if you look at Gerard, okay, it's just her ex-boyfriend, and you look at what he went through, okay, he went through an abusive relationship. Who abused who, I don't know, but there was a rocky relationship he had with Liv. He had not the best relationship. They were always off and on. She was cheating. I think she cheated more than him, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But cheating. trying to keep the family together, getting married. Like it was off and on, you know. His heart really belonged somewhere else. And but ended up marrying this woman, in my opinion, for the children. He tried to do the right thing, and also in the public eye, you know. She humiliated him for years and made him feel less than. And I hope he hears this, you know, because his story is very moving. I mean, she always wants to talk about herself, but look at what this man went through with her, you know, and he didn't give up. Had he given up like she did, they would have still been with her. But he continued to fight. He got himself to all the way together. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional because it really it's very refreshing to see when men will step up to the plate and go, and because people usually don't expect men to go and do that. A lot of the time some of the fathers of the children will just let them be in, you know, toxic environments just so they don't have to take the full custody. You know, they'll know about a mother being a shitty mother, and they'll just kind of stay on the side lines watching from the side. Oh well, it's not my problem, that's the mom. What am I going to do? Take full custody? It's rare for men to take go on and take full custody of children, you know. And I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying sometimes you do, you know, people know the mom's crazy and they'll still leave the kids there just so they won't have like full custody, or they won't even bother, or they don't have the money, you know. Might not be anything mean or malicious, they just don't have the money, or they simply don't have the time to be able to care for them because of their work schedule, you know. It's not always bad, it's not always bad, okay. um, but for whatever reason they decide, you know, they can't take full custody, knowing that the mom's a loony bin, you know what I mean? And they will leave their children in that situation, okay? So it's very refreshing to see what he went through with this woman in a relationship, all the toxicity, all the arguments, all the police being called, everything this woman did to him and accused him of, and he still kept tunnel vision, looking at the prize, you know, keeping his eye on the prize, which was keeping his children full time, you know. And no matter what, and it was also in the public eye, like I said, he still kept his head down, working towards that goal. You know, like he stayed out of the drama. It was very rare that he would come online. He didn't use it as a tool to make money off his children's back, like her. You know, she used it for to make money. You know, just like she sacrificed them as a family to make money, and that's how she ended up losing them. He didn't do that. He would go online live to clear up the lies that she was saying, you know, because she would just, if he let her, like she would just go off and talk about whatever the hell she wanted and claim it as fact, you know. So it was rare for him to come live, and he would go live on Instagram, which he doesn't make an income on that, you know what I mean? And it was rare because he's going on about his life and every now and then clearing his name, you know. And the fact that he went through that, you know, from where he started, from where he came, because he was, you know, at one point he was like Liv, you know. I would assume, because that's what you would attract. You attract what you are, you know what I mean? So maybe at one point he was like her, a low vibrational person, and then he ended up getting himself all the way together, working, moved, got away from her, focused on his bag, and then went and got custody of the children and kept them. You know, he, no matter what happened, no matter what was thrown at him, no matter what, he didn't give up hope, and he kept fighting for his children. And then in turn, he ended up getting the woman of his dreams, the love of his life, his fiance, and now they're getting married. And now they're this big, happy family, no matter what lived through at them. no matter what Liv says to them, no matter what Liv lies about them. They are still madly in love and they are going to get married. Oh my gosh. I would love to go to their wedding because it's just like a success story. Like he came from from he came from the gutter, okay, being in that relationship. He came from the gutter being with Liv, got himself out of it, got himself all the way together, got his children, got the girl, and now he's getting married. And look at him. That is a success story right there. And even though she continues to talk bad about him and say this and that about him, he's still winning. And so are his children, which is the most important part. And that is a love story right there. And it just makes me so sad. It makes me so like, not sad, but like happy. Like, it brings tears to my eyes knowing that he just didn't give up, you know, because he kept his kids in mind and kept fighting for them. And they are happy, they're thriving, they're doing better in school, they're in activities. Like, oh, I would totally love to go to their wedding. I wouldn't record or anything like that. That would be so disrespectful. But just to like that. That's it. Like that's isn't that what everybody wants? Is pure happiness, a happy family. Like it's the little things, work, home, family, kids. You know, it's so beautiful. Just seeing where he came from, and then look what ended up happening to her. Like they were on the same level being together because they, like I said, you attract what you are. So maybe at one point he was a low vibrational person, um, with a mind like hers, and he evolved past that. He grew as a person, he matured as a person, and now look at him. It's a success story. And I can't wait to see what happens with him and Nisha when they have their baby after marriage, because I have a feeling she's waiting for marriage. And maybe she'll pop out a few kids. We'll see. Maybe some twins. You know how I love twins. Anyways, yeah, I just want to say congratulations to you all. And Nisha, how classy she's kept it. She's kept it cute. She's kept it classy, and has ignored that crazy deranged woman's. I just heard something. Oh. She kept it cute. She kept it classy and ignored that crazy woman, and kept it pushing. And look at them. Anyways, I wish y'all nothing but the best of luck from a fellow Texan. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all have a good day. We're getting closer to the weekend. Okay. Bye bye.